Happy Monday. We are joined by Tyvis, Powell. We have so much to talk about.
Yes.
We have 1 versus 2, but before we even get there, we've got to talk about the greatest rivalry in all sports.
Yes.
Tyvis, you and I standing next to each other during part of the game.
We got a little TV time.
We did. We were stars, really. That's what they said. First takeaway from the game, what are your biggest thoughts? I mean, obviously, Ohio State dominated Michigan.
Yeah, I thought that it started off slow. You know, I sat on that sideline, obviously. You go down 3-0, and then Julian Sand throws the pick, and a lot of people are starting to panic. My phone is going off. I'm getting some text messages.
We get it. You have friends.
And I sent out the text, don't panic. I'm standing there. I'm next to Coach Mick. I see Coach Parker, and I'm saying, don't worry, they got to settle into the game. That's the thing about the rivalry. You know, it's a lot of chaos. And once you settle in, once you tune out the noise and you settle in and play the football that you've been playing, you'll be dominant. And obviously, the turning point was the Jeremiah Smith touchdown. Mm-hmm. You know, the Jeremiah Smith touchdown was like, okay, here we go.
So we were together. That was the play
Yes, we were.
And we were very confused as to what everybody was reviewing. We're like, let's go kick the extra point.
Yes.
I went back and watched. There are a lot of people that are not going to like this. That might not have been a touchdown. The argument is made that he regains possession, pins it to his body, and crosses the goal line. That I can see. Definitely not indisputable to overturn. But I could definitely see how some people would be frustrated with that call. With that said, I don't think, doing my math here, that Michigan lost by a touchdown. So I don't think that matters.
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
No, I think that obviously they went up, obviously, to score that touchdown right before halftime, and then to get the ball out of halftime, they really showed their dominance. I mean, they physically beat them in the trenches. Outside of that first run by Jordan Marshall, it really wasn't a lot going on by the Wolverines offense. And the funniest part is I knew once we went up by 14, I thought to myself, well, Bryce Underwood, for him to be this 5-star guy, he hasn't really been throwing the ball well. I don't even think he had 100 yards passing in this game. So, like, if you're putting it on his shoulder, his arm to win the game, that's just not going to happen. So I was very comfortable and relaxed in the second half of that game. I thought that we showed all the physicality, all the toughness that everybody wanted. They physically beat those guys up in the trenches. Those running backs showed up. I think we had over 100 yards rushing in this game by Bo Jackson alone.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, that's what we wanted to see. All of those frustrations of this entire season where you and I were like, they're trying to figure out the run game, and everybody was up in arms about the run game. Well, it came to fruition in this game. They ran the ball and did exactly what they wanted to do in that run game. I am positive now that we can beat any team in the country running the ball or throwing the ball.
So we can give ourselves a pat on the back here because we were correct at how they planned out the entire season here and built towards that game. I want to talk about the physicality because what an absolute statement. I mean, it was beautiful. It was like Ryan Day wrote a story with that game that just kind of took the last 4 years and just shoved it in a box and said, that's the past, because here is the reset of the rivalry.
Yeah.
One, Ohio State was without a doubt the tougher team. They also happen to have Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith, who both, turns out when they're healthy, very good at football. Turns out that can be very helpful when you're constantly running the ball. That safety starts to creep up, and then boom.
Well, I told you. Well, I don't know. Was I talking to you?
I don't know, Tyvis. We get it. You have friends.
I was talking to somebody on the sideline, and I kept saying that they were doing the whole double Jeremiah but leaving Carnell one-on-one. And I was like, if they keep doing that, you have to take that shot. That's why I was so impressed with the first play of the game.
Yes, I loved
throwing the deep ball to Carnell, because it's letting them know, like, you better put some safety over the top. They started to disguise a little bit and try to show late, but I love the corner post touchdown that he threw to Carnell Tate to let them know that, yeah, the deep ball is there. We're all healthy. I know that we've missed a couple of games, but we all are feeling really good about this game. And it showcased everything. Now that you are so scared of these wide receivers, now let's hit you with the run game, because the box is lightened. Guys are out there trying to help in the pass. Now we can run the ball and gas you with the run. And I just thought it was just masterly executed. It was it was wonderful game.
And credit to Ryan Day for how they handled postgame. There is nothing funnier than watching Michigan stand. It's like that. Have you seen the meme where the guy like is yelling at someone and he looks back and then he turns and talks like it's like that where he's like, "Oh, you guys are blocking the end. Yeah, we don't care. We're over here with our friends. Leave us alone." Like we don't really. That's great. You guys.
Well, it was an attempt to bring a flag, and Ryan Day kind of
shut it down. But that was later.
Yeah, it's a nice Ohio against the world flag.
Yeah, I thought Ohio State handled it well. Ryan said we're going to celebrate in the locker room. We're going to win with humility. All right.
I think that the flag planting thing is dead now. You know, I think last year it was very overblown. Everybody, you've seen all the chaos that happened, and I understand wanting to get some revenge on it, but like you won the game, it's over with. Like. We know what it is. Like, you know what it is. You don't need to plant. You don't need to plant the flags anymore.
This is how it's supposed to be. It didn't feel like, oh my gosh, we won this game finally. It was like, okay, everything's back to normal. We won the game. Back on top of the
That's kind of how I viewed it.
Yeah, that's it. Like post game, it didn't feel. It felt like a great moment, but it felt like a team that was like, okay, that was a box we were supposed to check.
Yeah,
now
I just think last year threw everything off because it was a box that we were supposed to check and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So like it made this year weird, but. And the way I came up and the way that when I played, it was like normal. That was just what you did. You go up there, you beat them, boom, boom, boom. All right, let's talk about the Big Ten championship because that's where we at. Like they're an afterthought.
So
good luck in the Toystita or in the Fiesta Bowl.
I thought you were going to say the Toy Story Bowl.
No, they're going to be in the Little Caesars Bowl.
The Little Caesars.
There you
Maybe
go.
the Alamo Bowl. They play a bowl on Christmas Eve. That's a fun one. I like to watch that. All right, let's look at the Big Ten championship because it is here. It is 1 versus 2. And I want to talk to the people out there that say this game doesn't matter, that they should get rid of Big Ten. A lot of people. A lot of people say, why are we even playing this? They both got to bye. Kill the game. It doesn't matter. It does matter because let me tell you something. Here in Columbus, for the longest time, they won a Big Ten championship. It was second nature. It was like, well, that's what you do. You better figure it out. Win a Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
They haven't won one in 5 years.
Yeah.
Purdue played in this game more recently than Ohio State. That's a crazy sentiment.
When was Purdue in?
2022. Is that not insane?
Purdue was in the Big Ten championship?
Purdue was in the Big Ten championship.
Against who?
I believe they played the Michigan Wolverines.
Purdue made the Big Ten?
Yes.
Wow.
And Ohio State didn't.
Wow.
So with that, it is time to bring that silver football back to Columbus. I think Ohio State is the much better team in this game, which is wild to say because they're the number 2 team in the country. I've already put in my score prediction. I don't do this early, but I think it's going to be a wide margin. 42-20, I think the Buckeyes get the win over this Hoosiers team. I think the offense for the Hoosiers is good. I think it's going to challenge this Buckeye defense. But I think it's time to let it fly in the dome here with Julian saying, and game on.
So I look at this game like this. Funny that this came up because I've been preparing for this game for quite some time. Now, I've already said multiple times that I got the Buckeyes winning by 10-plus points. However, with that being said, I do think that those wide receivers that they have are really good. They do a great job of yards after catch, and they do a great job of catching contested catches. So our secondary will truly be tested in this. What I didn't like about the Wolverine game is that we've seen some defensive PIs from IGB. They're definitely going to go after him and try to see if they can get some of those going. Now, where I think that we win this battle is I think that Matt Patricia does a wonderful job of scheming things up. I think that they're going to find some way to get some free hitters on Fernando Mendoza, not allowing him to get the ball and push it down the field. They have to do a great job of stopping the run. And when you talk about Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles going up against Hemby and all of those other running backs that they have at Indiana, I think that they will do a great job of shutting those guys down. For some odd reason, I want to say they're the number 1 scoring offense in the country. But when
Signetti likes to score.
Yes, but when they play tough opponents, it's not what you think.
No.
It's not. Like they be putting up these 56 and 63
Go watch
point
the Purdue
games
game where they scored like 45 points in the second half.
But when they played like Iowa or they played Oregon or when they played Penn State, it was somewhere in the 20s. And that's where I kind of see them going out. When you go up against Ohio State, it's so hard to score 20 points. I think the most been scoring on them was Indiana with 18, maybe 17.
They haven't played Indiana yet.
Illinois.
Yes.
It's like 17 points.
17
so to hit that 20-point mark to me.
I didn't mean to correct you. I just wanted
I appreciate that.
No, I didn't mean to be rude.
I appreciate I appreciate that. But no, I think that it's going to be so hard for that Indiana team to hit that 20-point mark to where I don't think that they have enough in the tank to stop what Ohio State has offensively, especially now that the run game is here. I think that to me, it's just my prediction for this game. I got Ohio State winning this game somewhat 38 to like 17. That's my prediction.
I was gonna say,
right now.
I was going to say it's okay to not know the teams of the scores because the losing score hasn't mattered in any of these games because Ohio State.
Do you think if Indiana loses this game, it drops them out of the top four?
No, they get a bye.
I believe that as well.
Anybody who doesn't believe that Indiana gets a bye, you're wrong.
I agree.
You agree with me?
Yeah, they should get a bye.
Yes.
No matter who loses, they should get a bye.
You're playing for a silver football. It's going to be a great game. We're going to preview it all week long. He is Tyvis Powell. You can hear him on 97.1 The Fan. What do you have, a show called T-Bone and Tyvis?
T-Bone and Tyvis, 6 to 9.
6
get up in the morning with us, 6 to 9 on your way to work. Get you some laughs, and T-Bone's going to talk about some food and stuff. I'm going to teach you the healthy things.
No wonder you're so grumpy all the time getting up that early. All right, he is Tyvis Powell. I'm Adam King. Keep it on 10 TV, 10 TV Plus, 97.1 The Fan for all your Buckeye coverage.